Hey, you. Yes, you. Now is the perfect opportunity, the perfect time for you to play, to get into the illustrious franchise that is Xenoblade Chronicles, because Nintendo recently had a big, brand new Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition trailer. We reacted to that. We thought it was pretty fun. Myself on the stream, and also all of the Elite Ninja here in the village, all of the users. We thought it was all great. I did a video on it as well, but a lot of you guys have been asking, can this be my first Xenoblade game? Should I play the other ones first? I haven't finished Xenoblade Chronicles 3. What about this? What about that? Do I need to play Xenosaga? Do I need to play Xenogears? Should I move to Japan and hang out with Monolith Soft? What should I do? And I am here to answer all of those questions, in addition to give you guys a big update on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. We've got some extra details. Trust me, for all of you guys out there, you guys are going to want to pay attention and listen up to this. It's going to be a lot of fun going over this and talking, of course, Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. But before we get into all that, what's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, and hit that notification bell to get all of my videos as soon as they drop, as we're going to be dropping a ton of content on Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2, and more. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff in this video. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's jump into Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. If you've never played the Xenoblade Chronicles franchise, now is the perfect time. This is the perfect game to get into it. And the reason why I say that is because Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is a standalone experience. You don't have to play Xenoblade Chronicles 1, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torn of the Golden Country, Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Future Redeemed. You don't have to play any of that to get into and to play and understand and enjoy Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. It's a separate standalone thing that Nintendo's already stated that on their official press release. Now, sometimes they state stuff just because they want you to buy the game, but as someone who's played and beat every single Xenoblade Chronicles game and knows the story for every single Xeno game, Xenosaga, Xenogears, I've played all of them, this game is truly a standalone with some ties, little things here and there, but overall, it's not directly connected like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 through 3, and even like Xenosaga is to Xenoblade. So you don't have to fear missing out on anything when it comes to this. You can go in blind, you can go in not knowing anything else and enjoy this game. Now, I want to talk about a couple other things that people that finally play it, or if you get into it, you're going to get a much better version of the game than we got a decade ago on the Wii U, because Nintendo on the official Nintendo Japanese page has shared more details and updates on the enhancements coming to Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, and honestly, this makes the game a lot better overall, and they haven't even detailed one of the biggest things. They haven't talked about it, the online play. We still have to get into that, so I'm pretty sure Nintendo will have a separate trailer talking about online play for Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, because it did have a pretty robust online mode overall and features. So we're going to talk about that when they actually release something. But first, let's get into these updates from the official Japanese page. Now, I am using Machine Translate, so keep in mind some of the names or some of the things might actually change up, or it might be a little bit off, so I'm sorry if it is. So let's just jump right in. They first talk about quick recast of arts, and this is going to help the game flow. This is going to help the battle flow to make sure that things kind of move along quickly, because sometimes it takes a little bit longer for your arts to recharge if you don't know what you're doing on your combat blade menu. During exploration, you may encounter battles with primitive creatures. This title adds a quick recast feature that shortens the waiting time for arts. By using this feature, you can broaden the scope of battles, such as making it easier to respond to calls from allies. So it's just a little bit of a pick-me-up, battle speed type of thing, whereas sometimes it might take, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds for art to recharge. Maybe it cuts that time down a bit more. So definitely helps the flow of battle, being able to do more arts faster or quicker. They said it's a feature, so I'm pretty sure you'll be able to turn it on or off. So if you want to play it the vanilla way with the arts recharges, you can do it that way as well. But I do like the fact that they're adding that feature overall. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is something that is incredibly important, because this can just make the flow of the game, once again, just like the battles, but this can make the flow of the game and the side quests just drag if you're having problems where you might have to use a guide online or something. Well, not anymore, because now there is an update to the navigation ball, which was a little bit busted at times in the original game. So the navigation ball is a feature that shows you where to go when you accept a quest. In this game, it also shows you the location of items you need to complete the quest. That is a big thing. Xenoblade has had this issue at times. Xenoblade 3 fixed a lot of it when it comes to items, but before in the past, you would not know where to find items, or it would just be super random, and you'd be walking around or running around for a while trying to get certain items for quests. Well, no more with the navigation ball. And Xenoblade Chronicles X was like this as well, where it would be a problem trying to find certain items for quests. This one will actually show you where the items are for quests. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, when it comes to side quests, I don't like the, oh, do the side quest and it's kind of somewhere out there and you got to figure it out and all that. It's a side quest. I want to know where I'm going. Let me do the side quest. Let me collect my reward and let me be on my way. There are some games that do that, like Octopath Traveler, for example. Like, oh, well, it's kind of just something out there. And I'm like, you know, like, just give me where the quest is gonna go. Let me fight, let me negotiate, let me get the item, and let me come back. It's a side quest. I don't need it to turn it into some type of Where's Waldo type of thing, right? Where I gotta look around and find every single type of thing. Now, some people like that, but I don't. So when it comes to this, the navigation ball, like it. I like the fact that they're doing this, and I think that it is a very good thing that they're getting this navigation ball prepped up, ready to go, upgraded, and enhanced for Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Now, let's jump into the next thing here, because there will be, like they stated, if you watch the trailer, brand new skells. What are skells? Skells are the mechs that you can pilot in the game that have a host of abilities and features that are completely swappable and customizable and can feature and do different types of stuff. That can fly, they can drive, they can jump, they can do all sorts of things. So skells, or mechs, however you want to call them, skells officially in the game, dolls in Japanese. So if you hear dolls, it's also the same thing. So dolls are also skells, which are the mechs in the game. And it's just so cool. These are some of the coolest things that I've ever used in an open world game. Like, it is that awesome. So yeah, new skells, that's definitely a good thing. A lot of them are really expensive, so save up that money if you want to get the awesome skells. You need to also buy parts. You can also earn them too as well, like doing certain missions and stuff, you can find them. But yeah, it's a lot of fun when it comes to the skells. Now, we've got some more information to go over. We got new characters that are coming through as well. So Neil Nair, or Neil Nell, or whatever her name is, I don't know exactly. Some people were trying to correct me there, but yeah, there's a new character. That's her right here. And yeah, you're gonna be able to use her too. And check this out, guys. There is a Blade mascot. Blade is the organization that employs you, where you can pick a certain type of organization within Blade, a certain specialty. And Blade has a mascot, and that mascot is this person right here. And that mascot can also transform into a skell, can transform and fly around. It's pretty cool. Looks like a pretty quick, nimble type of skell or type of thing. So yeah, pretty awesome. The Blade mascot. I never thought that they'd have a mascot for Blade, but overall, I like it. I think it's pretty cool. And I'm looking forward to checking out the new skells. I'm looking forward to checking out the new characters and everything in Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. Now, let's jump back into why this is so much fun. Why this game, why you need to actually give it a chance, especially if you've never played, or if you've played some of the other Xenoblade games, never beat them, and didn't like them. Will you like this game? I also get that question a lot too. How similar is the combat? Is the mech stuff different enough from the other stuff in the game to where you might be able to put up with it? And I would say this, like, I don't want to lie to you guys and say, oh my gosh, yeah, just buy it, play it no matter what. We're not going to do that here. But what I am going to do is ask you a few questions in terms of it. Put up a few different things. Now, I would say this. If you love story and if you love adventure in games, I think that all the Xenoblade games, even Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, which might have the weakest story in all of the games, some people disagree, some people agree, but if you love the flow of story and how the writing works and all of that, this game is excellent. Like, it's not as good as some of the other games, but it's excellent in that respect. Monolith Soft has a touch when it comes to their writing, when it comes to their cutscenes, when it comes to what happens that keeps you going, that keeps you wanting to play. So I would say that Xenoblade Chronicles X is worth it just based off of that. Now, if you love mechs, if you love customization, you might even still want to try this game out, even if you've played the other games and not liked them, because the mech customization, these scales in here is incredible, and you might find the gameplay a bit more fun with the customization of mechs, being able to fly around, being able to explore, all of that. You might find that fun. On top of that, this game is a true open world game. Now, Xenoblade games are kind of like hybrids. They're not quite all open world, except for maybe Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That one is pretty open world-ish with a few caveats here and there. But Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that's like connected worlds. Xenoblade Chronicles 1, large connected worlds that are almost open world. But this one's a true open world. Really, the only loading is when you go to New LA. That is your home base overall for the most part. Outside of that, you've got this massive world to explore with multiple contents that are seamless, that you can take, go into your scale, fly around different environments. So if you love that type of, I would say, exotic locations with mechs and scales and exploration, then you might still want to play Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, even if you don't like the other Xenoblade Chronicles games. And I will say this, when it comes to the online play and when it comes to some of the other features in the game, how the combat works, it's very much more or like visually like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 compared to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So if you've played Xenoblade 1 and you like that, and maybe you don't like some of the other games, then this game might be more for you as well. Now, I do feel that this game started out as a true sequel or some type of connection tie to Xenoblade Chronicles 1, but they ultimately ended up abandoning that. They did state in an interview that they actually had a real main character that was voiced, that had all this different type of stuff, and they ended up dropping it like halfway through development or something like that. So they ended up going with an avatar character instead, where you can customize that character and you can kind of just have that be you. So that is a huge difference compared to the other Xenoblade games. Now, the other Xenoblade games have set characters, set paths, and set everything, whereas this game is kind of more like The Legend of Zelda, where you have like a mute character or like Chrono Trigger, and you're supposed to put yourself into that character. So if you like those aspects, because that's a huge thing when it comes to the narrative and when it comes to the game, if those aspects of game design are for you, then Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition is for you. And I'll also say this with this game. I find personally the combat to be very exhilarating, and the style of combat. This is the only game in the series that actually has like realistic type of guns and weapons and swords and stuff. So you will get like assault rifles, you'll get like dual SMG pistols, military grade type of things, which completely fits the type of game that it is, and also just the graphical style of the game. Now, another reason to really get into this game or to really try the game out, they actually potentially fixed the ending here. There was a cliffhanger when it comes to the original game, and this game is confirmed where they did show off a brand new area in addition to characters that are going to help facilitate that probably towards the end of the game there. So you're going to get the complete experience that we didn't get 10 years ago. Apparently there's cut content when it comes to characters and story and intertwining elements, and you're going to get enhanced visuals and all of that. So this is absolutely the full package, all kind of put into one. So I would say, even if you've never played Xenoblade Chronicles, this is the perfect opportunity to jump in, see what you think about it. The only downside that I would say to this is that if you love Xenoblade Chronicles X, you never played the other games, and you love Xenoblade Chronicles X, and then you play the other games, and there's so many of the elements from X that are missing, that could be a little bit of a letdown. That's like one of the things that people might be like, oh man, I like the mechs. And then the other games don't have it when it comes to like what you can pilot and what you can play. There's mechs and there's certain cool stuff, but not everything in there. But the other games have other qualities that aren't in this game. So overall, it's definitely a balance when it comes down to it. But Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition to me is now a must-play type of game. You need to check it out. I think it's going to be worth the price of admission, especially if you love open world RPGs. But that's going to wrap it up for this one here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and check out my other Nintendo Switch RPG content, Xenoblade content as well, right here on screen. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.